Hey there. So I just wanted to come on here to express something. Um, it's seemingly like people are rejecting knowledge, and when you reject knowledge, you get what you have now, which is chaos. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is substantiated suffering. Okay. Well, for the person, they substantiate it themselves. Now, what I'm trying to render is very simple because we see so much corruption. As you saw today, there is a lady trying to sell. Now, she was told by the city that there's a sanctuary state, she's okay to stay here, they're going to protect her, okay? Otherwise, how's she going to pay rent? Where's she going to live? You know, they have all these laws now, documentations and all that. So, she has to go out there and make a little money. She's trying to sell churros, something they do in their country, and people like them. I've seen people buy churros up and down. They make something when you need to grab because, the trains don't have any hot food or any food for that. They don't even have bathrooms. So, we're living in this primitive subway thing, even though so much money goes there. There's another theft, big theft of the city. And, and these companies are taking all the money and not doing anything with it as far as these trains. And so we have people there trying to do something about that and offer some churros, which helps a lot, because sometimes people there are running, they can't grab anything, they don't want to eat the same thing, a piece of bread with butter or whatever. A churro, okay, great, some people like it, all right, whatever it is. So they're taking that away, they're giving her a hard time, and basically, why I'm infuriated, because I told the government about corruption happening to me. Okay, this is not just the first thing, not just their only negligence, but I've told them about them stealing Uber. This this guy that was using the government agencies to steal from me, and he learned how to hack computers. He learned how to hack AOL, and they basically stole my ideas, and they got Bill Gates, of course, to go along with it. My AOL account is hacked up right now. I still can't use it. It's Rudge Production at AOL. So basically what happened with Rudge Production at AOL is that I would go into these chat rooms, and I would post in 2000 2004 around, maybe 2000 years later, 2002 even, I would post on Rudge Productions my ideas because I saw MySpace was a failure, right? So I said, I'm coming out of CUNY, I don't have a yearbook. I'm coming out of SUNY, I don't have a yearbook. We have to, Facebook, yearbook, Facebook. We take pictures, boom. That was my idea. I used to post it, the name and the exact idea that it was supposed to be for city colleges, state colleges, where they don't have fraternities and sororities. So they do, but they're very small. Nobody really gets involved. And basically that idea was taken. Then also Twitter, I'd post same thing. Facebook, I would post about on AOL chat room, single in New York, with RAJPRODUCTIONS, Rudge Productions at AOL. I would post about those two. Now I also use that email to record conversations I would have with the guy that stole music from me, Coronado, and Thelian. They stole music, so I put the emails in that one. That one was my business account. Now that account is shut down. It's not shut down, but they only show me emails that from like up to last year. Everything before that has been, I can't even access to it. And they told me to access it, but I have to pay $5, something like that. I'm gonna see if that's really true. Actually, I'm gonna call them up. But I already checked before. A lot of those emails are compromised. You can't even find them anymore, especially the ones with him, with Bruce Slayman or whatever, Boris, whatever his name is, the CIA operative, his many names. So, and that email is basically is tarnished. He changed stuff around, and then he even admitted it recently. He calls it a kill file. So he knows how to go into your email and gut it from the root, let's say. So, and he called that legal, but basically he's hiding evidence. It's called tampering with evidence, obstructions of justice. So I told them they have to go charge them. I already reported it, and I said, this is not fair. because they're holding a giant stake, and this stake I need for myself. I need to give people in my community jobs, people that don't have jobs. I need to give a real shelter to somebody that needs it, not these corny shelters that are killing people and doing horrible things to them, and they don't get they don't even want to stay there. They're sleeping on the streets. So, and they don't work. A lot of the shelters, they put you in housing that's not suitable. They make up stories about you just to fit a program or something. A lot of problems. Anyway, this city has a lot of problems, but this is the thing. I told them, and I kept on telling them, it's because of ignorance, and you need something, and I came out with it. Knowledge, okay? I came out with this book. I came out with this understanding the negative axis in 2015, 2016. I released it to the college that I was in 2015 before I graduated, because I thought they would say, okay, this guy makes sense. He's answering to relativity. Relativity is incomplete. Einstein said it himself. There's a lot more going on that he doesn't even understand. And basically, I came later and proved those things with the geo-negative axis. That all things are basically, the less they are in this world, the more they are. So light is more than water. Light is more than air. Light is more than this. But it has no concentration, less than air. You can't feel it even, If I shine the light on your hand and you closed your eyes, you wouldn't know if I was shining it. But if I blew on it, you would. So it has less, but it's more. It's doing more. It's creating more. It's giving more. Interesting. So that's because we're on a geo-negative axis, and everything is there to prove it. Solar, all the photosynthesis, all these things, how air is created, how, so many things, the interaction. When the sun hits anything, air creates. Like that. That's how it is almost. The trees, it imbibes oxygen. So the air is the sun is ultimately giving the life in the air, the oxygen in space, and that also has to do with the Earth. Now it doesn't happen in space, so we can't call it a solar negative axis. It's a geo-negative axis because it only happens here. If we leave the stratosphere, we won't experience that. It only happens on the Earth. It's a geo-negative axis. Okay? And this gives you the explanation of Earth and what works here. And they won't adopt it formally because they don't want to give me credit. They don't want to give me credit for my idea already. They owe me $1,100 billion. That's 3 companies, Uber, Facebook, and Twitter. They owe me 3 companies worth of money. I'm estimating, let's say, each company will put it at 3.7, right? So that'd be about 1,100 billion, 1.1 trillion. So each one of those companies are making about $600 billion. So let's say if they gave me half now, just to settle out, because we're not talking about all the money that I could have made in the future, right? A lot more there. But right now, if we would sell out, a good number would be about 1,100. And then I would give my taxes. I would pay about 25% at least. So New York would get right away $250 billion. That's not bad change, I think that's more than their budget. So they would have a surplus budget, and they would be able to take care of every single problem they have. All they have to do is say, we're fighting for truth. We're not fighting for Wall Street. We're not employed by you guys. We're employed by the people. We have to defend truth. We have to defend what's right and the people, even if it's a minority, even if it's a person you don't like. And that is the truth. Everybody has their right to discussion. Everybody has their right to talk and defend themselves. And if they want to take that away from me, they will find out that God is not likened to that. And they understand that part already a little bit. Because this world is ultimately administered by God. Okay, we're on a geo-negative axis, but that's given by God's instructions. The Earth is a devotee of God. The Earth also is trying to get out of this thing, and with her 2 cents and go to God. Believe it or not, there's living entities that are beyond our understanding and scope. Okay, now if they're negligent and they're not letting everybody understand the truth about the world, that it's on a geo-negative axis, and that things here are better when they're done selflessly, actually, negation of the self, and that everything would be better experienced even, and better made if we all lived in a negation base. And this is the remedy. We see right now what they're doing. What are they doing out there? They're taking from me. I told the government, I told the government, I told them, I said, look, 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 I told them, I AOC, and I think I sent the email to AOC and them too. I sent the email to many people in the government. I said, this is what happened. I showed them the Craigslist ad I put in 2011, 2010, and I showed them that in the summer there, I put an ad out for a company that already has a market. I'm looking for investors, and I spoke to people on the phone about it. Uber this, Uber that, 718-808-3285. I called them, on that phone. The records are there. I talked about Uber. I gave it that name because it's for the upper class. It's for them to look and see where they can get cars and who they can pick, all right, to get car service. It's an app. It was supposed to be for that, but it turned out to be for a lot more. It caused disturbances. It caused disruption because I wasn't there. If I was there, I would have cut a deal. I wouldn't have been greedy. I wouldn't have to appease so many shareholders and all these wealthy people that already have $1 billion and they just want more billions of dollars just to be, prideful. They have nothing better to do with themselves. They have no real religion or whatever it is. So here we are. And what did they do? What did this New York City government do? They took Uber's blackmail and they started writing in Ubers everywhere they went. So much so that AOC got called out for it. Why is she always in an Uber? Who pays for that? What's her bill? It was thousands and thousands of dollars. And this was right after I reported this. So basically, they went there. They said, "You did this and that. What are you going to do for us?" Who knows? They may have gotten money under the table, but they certainly got Uber rides. We saw that. So whatever deal they got, they said, "Okay, we're going to do this and that for you." They did, and nothing happened. They never called me up and said, "Hey, we got the evidence. We're gonna process it, and we'll call you, and you'll have your documentation, and you can go present it to a judge." They never did that. Okay? So here I am. So what do I do? You know what I'm saying? How do I, one person, fight that government? In the courts and with their systems. You tell me. You know what I mean? It doesn't. And even if I got a hack, let's say, I'd be in trouble. They would say, "Oh, he hacked us to get that or this or that." So you tell me, guys. I mean, at a certain point, we have to say, listen, we're all for one. We're one for all. If you're gonna mess up that lady, then we're all gonna, And this is what happens when you don't. They're gonna persist it. They're gonna keep on doing it. We don't need to go sleep out on Wall Street. We need to go there, though, and protest. And we need to tell them we mean business and we're going to impeach you guys. And we need to start making articles of impeachment for all the money that's been stolen and all the negligence and all that what they've done to me. What they've done to me is impeachable by itself. Okay? Negating law, pretending like it didn't exist, not even corresponding with the situation, pretending like it doesn't. Don't even respond. Forget it. Just pretend he's crazy. Pretend he's crazy. We're just going to tell doctors. That's what they did. They broke the law. They have no. Trust me. These people that are doing this, they don't have any respect for law. Okay, and they find a few people that are like them that believe in this, whatever it is that they're into. It could be like real serious Zionism or real serious like Christianity or something like that. And they kind of get them with that. Oh, he's this and that. He's just, you know what I mean? So. They're manipulative, and we need to stop this, because if we don't, it's just going to get worse over the years, and they're just going to become more manipulative, and they're going to slide in under this, and it's never going to change, and the people are never going to get healed. There's so many people right now that are living a death wish in the projects and other places because of this system, because they're neglected, they're looked at to fail. They put them in a box of failure because we let them go. We didn't step up and say, you know what, we're not letting this happen. And I can't do it by myself. I do it so much times. I'm always on the internet trying to chastise. I'm always saying, you can't abuse me. You can't abuse the system. You can't abuse others. But I can't do this alone. I know there's many people doing it, but we have to get organized. Because this is not going to go away otherwise. It's not, that's it. You have to get organized. It won't go away otherwise.